What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into TTP Sports. And hey, a good weekend for your Phillies against a putrid, putrid Chicago White Sox team because holy hell, I thought they were bad. I didn't think they were this bad. My goodness, they are terrible. Is there even a worse word than terrible? Like garbage, dumpster fire? That's the caliber of team that the Chicago White Sox team is, and you spanked them basically, which is really good to see. Which is really good to see. You took advantage. Your starting pitching dominated. Your hitters dominated. You scored 7+ runs in every single game this series. I mean, what more can you ask for? Spencer Turnbull Friday was fantastic. Took a no-hitter, I believe, into the 6th, 7th inning. Zack Wheeler basically replicated that and took it into the 8th inning. And then Aaron Nola today, in Aaron Nola fashion, he gives up a 2-run home run in the top of the 1st inning. But then he basically settled in, went 8 strong innings, and put the Phillies in a great position to win this game. So there's really not much more you can complain about this. I would say the only problem with the series is the goddamn Ricardo Pinto experience. That's basically it, because this dude couldn't even get 3 outs against the Chicago White Sox team. That shows you the caliber of pitcher that Ricardo Pinto is. Jose Alvarado comes in with bases loaded with a tying run at the plate. In last night's ball game, he throws one pitch and it gets out of that entire thing to end the game off. That's just absolutely hilarious. Holy hell, man. Holy hell. So that's 6 wins in a row. That is 2 straight series sweeps against teams that you should have swept. And with the Colorado Rockies in the beginning of the week, and then you swept the Chicago White Sox team this weekend, and now you are 6 games above 500. You are 14-8, if I am not mistaken. So that is really good right there. It also works because I do believe the Braves and the Mets are going on their little winning stretches of their own. So you're going on winning stretches at the same time as other teams in your division. So I'll take that any day of the week. And you're taking care of business against teams that you should be taking care of business of. And let's see if this team could just find ways to build off this as they go on the road for 10 straight games. So you just wrapped up your 10-game homestand, and I believe during this 10-game homestand you went 8-2. So that is actually really good in that aspect. And one of those was a series split with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, but you go 8-2 on this homestand. I'll take that any day of the week. And then basically with this 10-game road trip, it's 4 games, I believe, against the Reds, 3 against San Diego, and 3 against the Angels. So you're going out west after this Cincinnati series. So we'll get our first taste of Phillies after dark in the late stages of April, beginning of May. So we'll definitely see how that works out. That'll be very interesting in that fact. But lots of positives to take from this series. I don't care that they're playing garbage teams. I want to see the offense do this. I want to see the starting pitching do this, because with the way that the starting pitching has been pitching basically this entire season, you're going to be put in a position to win every single game, basically. Now, granted, you're not going to win every single game. That's just physically impossible. But you understand what I mean. If your starting pitching just holds this up and continues to dominate the way that they're dominating with the way Zack Wheeler's pitching, and you finally got him fucking run support, holla fucking Luya. Holla fucking Luya. That's amazing. Finally got his first win of the year. The way that Aaron Nola can give you some consistency and give you some length out of the number 2 hole. Ranger Suarez and his ability to be just absolutely fantastic. Christopher Sanchez being solid, and Spencer Turnbull being an absolute gem right there in that 5 spot in the rotation. And he does not deserve to come out of the rotation for Taijuan Walker. That would be devastating, in my honest opinion, to move Spencer Turnbull to the bullpen. Fucking put Taijuan Walker as the long inning guy in the bullpen. I don't fucking care. Spencer Turnbull deserves that 5th spot over Taijuan Walker every day of the week right now. I don't care how much Taijuan Walker is getting paid. Right now, your starting rotation is working. It's working right now, what you have in place. And these 5 pitchers are dominating. Why change that? Why bring in Taijuan Walker, who gives up, I believe, into one of his rehab starts today? He gave up like 4 runs, 3 walks or something like that. You want to put that into the goddamn starting rotation? No. Let Spencer Turnbull with his sub-2 ERA go out there and just do his thing. And granted, maybe he won't keep it up the rest of the season, but right now he's pitching 20 billion times better than Taijuan Walker is in his rehab starts. In my personal opinion, put fucking Walker in the bullpen. I don't care. He does not deserve to be in the rotation right now. You do not have to change the rotation. I believe Rob Thompson even mentioned that. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that, Turnbull comes out of the rotation. They shouldn't be taking Turnbull. They shouldn't even be taking Christopher Sanchez out of the rotation. Taijuan Walker right now does not deserve to be in the rotation. That is the bottom line right there. I know the report has been that he could be returning this week or something like that. Taijuan Walker. No 6-man rotation. It's too early for that in this part of the season. And, put him in the bullpen. Put him in the bullpen. Let him work his arm back up. Let him see how he is as a reliever. We'll work from there. If he eventually earns his spot into the starting rotation as the season goes along, let him do that. Just don't throw him right into the starting rotation when he doesn't deserve it. I don't care how much money he's making. That's the bottom line, in my goddamn opinion. What is that? That's the bottom line because Stone Cold says so. If Stone Cold Steve Austin throw a promo out there to not put Taijuan Walker in the Phillies rotation, I'm sure Dave Dombrowski would listen. Just being honest. Just being honest. You should be listening to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Probably put you in a goddamn stunner. Freaking everything there. Probably should. So, let's go over these games. Let's see how basically everything played out during this series because we'll see how everything works. So, on Friday's game, you win 7-0. Spencer Turnbull was great. 7 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts on 92 pitches. Was absolutely fantastic. His ERA is at 1.23. So some fantastic work there. Lineup-wise, Alec Boehm hit 2 3-run shots in this game, so he had 6 RBIs on the night, so that's fantastic stuff. Trey Turner's still red hot. He's been red hot basically for the past few series at this point. He was 3 for 4 on Friday. Bryce Harper was 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Whit Merrifield had a solo shot in this game, so basically the long ball was the reason why you won yesterday and on Friday, and also, Spencer Turnbull, so that's very nice to see there. If you go to Saturday's game, you win 9-5. Zack Wheeler was absolutely dealing. 7 1/3, 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 106 pitches. Very good stuff there from Zack Wheeler. Seranthony Dominguez comes in. Pinto allows 5 earned runs, and then Alvarado throws 1 pitch to end off the game there. Brandon Marsh had a home run in the early stages of the ball game, which is always nice to see. Love me some Brandon Marsh bombs. Trey Turner also had 2 hits once again, 2+ hits, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Bryce Harper went 2 for 5 with an RBI. JT over 3 with an RBI. Alec Boehm 1 for 3. Brandon Marsh 1 for 2. Nick Castellanos went 3 for 3 out of all fucking people. He finally got his first extra base hit of the season with a triple. So he had 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a walk. So, hey, good for Nick Castellanos. Bryson Stott over 4. And then Johan Rojas, who's been very nice. Johan Rojas is, coming into his own lately. He looks more confident at the plate. He's been getting a lot more multi-hit efforts, which is very nice to see. His average is up to 245. Let that sit there. Average up to 245 at an on-base of 315. I'll take that any day of the fucking week from Johan Rojas. He's been a very pleasant surprise lately, and I like what I'm seeing from him. Yesterday, he went 3 for 4. Phillies 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They were just really good, and once again, pitching dominant besides Pinto. If we go into today's ball game, Aaron Nola, after the classic Aaron Nola situation of allowing a 2-run shot in the first inning, he went 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts on 91 pitches. Great stuff there from Mr. Nola, and then Junior Marte finished off the game in the top of the 9th inning. Phillies offense, Kyle Schwarber was great at the plate today. He got on base every single time. He went 1 for 1 with 3 walks and a moonshot into the second deck, so that's always fun to see. Trey Turner goes 1 for 4 with an RBI and a walk as well. Bryce Harper 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 RBI. JT Realmuto 1 for 5. Alec Boehm 3 for 5 with an RBI. Brandon Marsh 1 for 3 with an RBI. Nick Castellanos follows up his 3 for 3 effort with an 0 for 4 effort, so a classic Nick Castellanos. Bryson Stott 1 for 4 and Johan Rojas 2 for 4. So after today, Johan Rojas' average is at 264 with a 328 on base. Who the hell would have thought Johan Rojas would have had his average at 264 with the way he started the season? So good for him. Good for him. Runners in scoring position, Phillies went 5 for 14 today. And some of the runs that they scored, so the White Sox, they go up 2-0 in that first inning. Phillies basically just responded instantly, and you could just freaking tell how terrible this White Sox team is. So Turner gets on, so Schwarber leadoff walk, Turner gets on base, both of those guys steal second and third, and they were abusing the White Sox catcher. I believe it was Maldonado behind the plate, and they were just abusing him on the base paths. They were just taking bases at will at this point. It was absolutely funny. So both Schwarber and Turner steal. Bryce Harper drives in a run home, and then during the JT Realmuto at bat, I believe, Harper gets caught in a rundown at set between second and first, and here comes the White Sox just chasing Bryce Harper all over the place. Here comes Trey Turner scoring. They try to throw home. They overthrow Maldonado, and Bryce Harper gets to second base, so everyone's safe. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? That is the fucking pinnacle at this point of White Sox baseball. I feel bad for their fan base. I do. I feel very bad for their fan base. This team is so bad. This team is so bad. It's hilarious. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how bad this White Sox team is. It's funny, though. It definitely is funny, but I do pity their fans. I do pity their fans. But, yeah, man. So let's look at the starting rotation over the past 6 games. This is from John Foley on Twitter. John Foley does a lot of great Phillies content for Phillies Sports on Twitter. And so he put a stat for the past 6 games of the starting rotation. So let's do this right here. So Phillies starters in the past 6 games. So this even dates back to the so this is in both the White Sox and the Rockies series. 44 in the third innings pitched, 22 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 8 walks, 48 strikeouts, which is a .61 ERA, a .73 whip, which is absolutely amazing. Aaron Nola, in his start against the Rockies, he went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Ranger Suarez, in his complete game against the Rockies, I believe. No, so Nola, the first one was against the Rockies. Ranger Suarez's complete game against the Rockies was 9 innings, 7 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Christopher Sanchez against the Rockies, 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Spencer Turnbull against the White Sox, 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Zack Wheeler against the White Sox, 7 1/3, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. And then Nola, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. So fantastic stuff here from the Phillies starting pitching. Fantastic stuff here. Trey Turner is now batting .356 on the season. That is great stuff as well. Great stuff. Well, now it's updated on ESPN. He's batting .348 with a .402 on base and a .506 slugging. That is an over 1,000 OPS, so that's always nice from Mr. Trey Turner. I always love that stuff. Definitely love that stuff. I want to see some stuff on Johan Rojas just to see what his numbers have been lately, because he has been really good at the plate. He looks a lot more confident. I just want to see some of his stats. So, okay, this is from Alex Carr. Alex Carr, MLB on Twitter, does a lot of great Phillies content as well. Johan Rojas finished play on April 6th, batting .045 on the season as a whole. Exactly 2 weeks later, his batting average has risen by a full 200 points to .245. He's slashing .407 with a .448 on base and a .482 slugging over his last 9 games played with 11 hits, 4 stolen bases, and 1 strikeout. Great. Ah, man. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Good stuff there from Mr. Rojas. Nice. Love it. Love it. That's what I want out of Johan Rojas. If he can give you 1 hit or 2 hits on a consistent basis out of that 9 spot, maybe a bunt hit in there, maybe a sacrifice bunt to get some guys over, do your job, and then provide your excellent glove out there in center field, I will be perfectly happy. I'll be perfectly happy with that from Johan Rojas. And why not just look at the NL East standings at this point? So right now the Phillies are 14-8. The Atlanta Braves are 14-5, so they played 3 less games than you. And the New York Mets, they're 12-8. So both the Phillies, Mets, and the Braves, they've all won 6 games in a row. Braves are in first, Mets are in third. Phillies are a game and a half behind the Braves, and the Mets are 2.5 games behind the Braves. The Nationals, they're 10-11, and the Marlins, they're 5-17. So looking at some of the records among Major League Baseball, just to see where the Phillies plays, the Phillies are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th best team in Major League Baseball right now. They got their run differential over positive at a +11 now, so that's really good. They're 8-2 in their last 10, won 6 in a row. Looking at some of the other teams in baseball, the fucking Cleveland Guardians are the best team in baseball currently at 16-6. No one the fuck expected that. The Braves are the second best at 14-5. Yankees are 15-7. Milwaukee's 13-6. Baltimore's 13-7. Kansas City, out of all fucking teams, is 13-8. The Cubs are 13-8. The Mets are 12-8. So we'll see how everything continues right there. Currently, the Mets, they're playing the Dodgers right now. They're tied at nothing in the third inning. And for the Atlanta Braves, I'm assuming they don't play until later tonight, so they can extend, both of those teams could extend their winning streaks to 7 games after tonight. So we'll see how that continues. And for the Phillies, their upcoming schedule, just to see how everything plays out here. Like I said, it's going to be a 10-game road trip after this homestand. So they got 4 straight games in Cincinnati. You'll have Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez, Spencer Turnbull, and Zack Wheeler on the mound for that series. Ranger Suarez, he's going up against Hunter Green, who is 0-1 with a 4.35 ERA on the season. Christopher Sanchez, he'll be going up against Andrew Abbott, who is 1-2 with a 2.7 ERA. And then Spencer Turnbull going up against Nick Lodolo. He is 2-0 with a .75 ERA, so he's been really good to start the season. And then Zack Wheeler going up against Graham Ashcraft, 3-1 with a 5.24 ERA. Series you got to win. Series you got to win. And then for the San Diego series, against the Padres, that'll be 3 games, Friday to Sunday. You'll have Aaron Nola going up against Joe Musgrove, who is 2-2 with a 6.29 ERA, so he has not been good to start the season. Ranger Suarez going up against Dylan Cease. They got him in that big trade with the White Sox. He is 2-1 with a 1.99 ERA, so he's been really good for San Diego. Then Christopher Sanchez going up against Michael King. He is 2-1 with a 3.33 ERA for the Padres. And then you'll play the Los Angeles Angels in Anaheim, so we'll see how everything goes there. Then you'll finally have a day off on May 2nd before you come back for a 6-game homestand. So, yeah, some interesting stuff here. Very long road trip for this Phillies squad. Got to get some wins. Carry this momentum into this road trip. That is a very important thing right there. Definitely want to see how things continue to unfold for this team because they are playing really good baseball right now. I don't care that it's against bad opponents. You got to beat bad opponents. If you're a good team, you got to beat bad opponents because that can make a difference in winning a division. That can make a bit difference in getting a first wild card spot is beating up on those bad opponents. I believe I've also seen that this is the first time the Phillies have had 2 straight series sweeps since 2022. So, hey, very good to see right there. I believe the teams that they swept in those series were the Angels and the Brewers, and I think that was directly after Joe Girardi got fired and Rob Thompson took over as interim manager. So, hey, take that any day of the week, boys. You take those and run away with it. This starting rotation has been absolutely fantastic. I want to see where it ranks among baseball right now. So if I go to team pitching, let's see. Where did the Phillies rotation rank? So currently, as a whole, I'm assuming this is not, just starting pitching or just bullpen pitching. Phillies as a whole, they rank 7th in ERA and at a 3.46. Very good stuff. Teams that are above them, the New York Mets. The New York Mets have a 3.13 ERA. The Royals have a 3.10 ERA. The Guardians have a 3.08. The Tigers have a 3.03. The Yankees have a 2.99. And the Boston Red Sox have a 2.59. So interesting stuff there. I wonder, because I'm assuming this is pitching as a whole, I want to see where their starting pitching ranks are within Major League Baseball. I would like to see that. Probably not going to be able to find it, but I would like to see. What else? Let me see. Starting pitching rankings 2024. Let's see. That's fantasy baseball. Fangraphs. That's starting pitcher. I would like team pitchers. My personal opinion. Teams pitching stats. 2024. I would like to see that. All teams, all pitchers, all pitching. As a starting pitcher, let's do that. As a starting pitcher. So if you're just ranking it by starting pitching, the Phillies have the second best starting rotation in baseball with an ERA of 2.25. 2.25 ERA, that is the second best starting rotation in baseball. 3.11 FIP, expected FIP at 3.08. The only team with a better starting rotation this year is the Boston Red Sox with a 1.71 ERA. Interesting. The Royals, they have the third best rotation in baseball. The Nationals, is this by ERA? I don't think this is by ERA. If I'm just looking by ERA. Okay, there we go. If I'm just looking by ERA. Royals are third. Yankees are fourth. Rays are fifth. Mets are sixth. Pittsburgh seventh. I'm assuming this is labeling it by WAR, if I'm not mistaken. This is probably labeling it by WAR. Let me see. Yep, it is it's ranking everything by WAR, so by WAR standards, Phillies are still second as well. So, that's still good. That is still good there. It's fun to see. Fun to see. Very good starting pitching, why not? Yeah, I do wonder what our starting rotation is without Pinto and the Brogdon inflating those numbers. I do wonder what that is, because right now, what did I say, 3.74? So that's got to be at least a tick lower now, no? Because Pinto's allowed a lot of runs, Brogdon allowed a lot of runs. So, yeah, that's definitely a question to be asked there. I would definitely like to see it. I'm not sure if I could filter that out. So I wonder if that's just something that'll pop up on Twitter or something like that without Connor Brogdon and without Ricardo Pinto. That would be nice at least. Oh, man. I feel a sneeze coming on. I've been feeling it on this entire stream. That's why my voice sounds weird, because it's like my nose is clogged a little bit because it's expecting that sneeze. So it's crazy crap here. But we do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline before I get to you guys here in the live chat. So let's get to that. And Sean, what do you got? So I can shut up.
Well, that was an enjoyable weekend of baseball. I mean, the Phillies did in this series what you're supposed to do to inferior teams, especially at home. You take them to the woodshed and destroy them, which they did for the most part. No real complaints other than surviving the Ricardo Pinto experience. You know, the starting pitching, once again, when you get starting pitching like the Phillies have been getting, it gives you a chance to win every night. I mean, it wouldn't be an Aaron Nola performance without a home run, but other than that, he settled
Classic.
in, pitched well. And that leads me to my final question to you, Amadeo. And I know the reason behind this is money related, of course. But I think it's mind-boggling that they're considering taking Spencer Turnbull out.
They shouldn't.
And inserting Taijuan Walker.
They shouldn't.
I mean, I really think the way Turnbull is pitching, that's a hard pill to swallow as a fan. I mean, I would put Walker in the pen, see how he does at least in his first couple outings, see if he's ready to step into the rotation. But to take a guy out whose earned run average is under 2, don't quite get it. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him.
I mean, I agree. I 100% agree there. You should not be taking Spencer Turnbull out of the rotation. I don't care how much money Taijuan Walker's making. His freaking stats, I believe, let me see this. I believe it was Jack Fritz that put the stats from Walker's rehab game today, if I'm not mistaken. So if I bring up Jack Fritz, let's see what he said. Let's see. 4 earned, 3 walks, and only 1 strikeout in Lehigh Valley for Taijuan Walker today. They can't take Spencer Turnbull out of the rotation for that. I agree. I agree. You can't. You cannot take him out. I believe that'll be malpractice. In my honest opinion, that would be absolute malpractice if you take out Spencer Turnbull for Taijuan Walker. I don't care how much money he's making. I don't care. Fucking put him in the bullpen. Make him one of your long relievers. Seriously. If he earns his spot back into the rotation and Turnbull's numbers come, back to earth, because I do eventually believe Turnbull's numbers will come back to earth, but hey, with the way he's pitching right now, he doesn't deserve to come out of the rotation. He just doesn't. Nor does Christopher Sanchez. None of those 2 guys deserve to come out of the rotation. Walker goes back to the bullpen. That's what you should do. I don't know what Rob Thompson's going to do, because he did say yesterday that it necessarily doesn't mean that Turnbull's coming out, but they shouldn't be. Dave Dombrowski should not be stepping over Rob Thompson's decision for this, just in my honest opinion. He should not be. Walker to the goddamn bullpen. It should be. Man, Jesus Christ. I don't want to get aggravated for that, but we'll see. Let's see. So, Scott Lewis, how you doing, Scott? Haven't heard from you in a little bit. I've seen you in the comment section popping up recently, the past couple of weeks since the season started, but this is the first time I've seen you in the live stream in a little bit. How have you been, man? How have you been? Good to see you. Glad to be feeling it somewhat better. I am glad you're feeling a lot better, Scott, that would be appearing in these streams, man. I appreciate it. Turnbull, Wheeler, and Nola were good Star Wars. Yes, they were. They were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Austin, today's wordy perfectly describes my mood after these 2 sweeps. Today's Wordle. Haven't played Wordle in a little bit. Finally putting away teams that are we supposed to. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm assuming that means about the rotation in Taiwan Walker. Yeah, don't fix something that isn't broken. Gotta keep it up going on this road trip. I agree, Sean. Glad they didn't spoil a Fanatic's epic birthday party with a cornucopia of celebrity guests. I did like that they wore the Fanatic hats for today with the alternates. I did like that because that's their batting practice hat or something like that. I did like that they brought that for the alternates. I think it's a clean look, in my honest opinion. I think it's a very clean look with that Fanatic hat. On the funny side of things, imagine trying the broadcast as, oh, Jesus, I feel bad for anybody that has to cover the White Sox, that's a fan of the White Sox, that broadcasts the White Sox. I feel bad. I feel bad. Because how? How are you that bad? It's amazing. They had the decency to let Jason Benetti go to Detroit. I'm sure he's grateful. Oh, man. Ichiro Rojas. Ichiro Rojas. Man, if Rohan Rojas becomes the next best thing since Ichiro Suzuki, sign me up. Sign me up. Having Rojas being able to turn a lineup over is awesome. Having someone on bases for the top 3, lots of runs. I absolutely agree. Natural Born Thriller, how you doing? This is what we expected. Exactly, man. Exactly. Taiwan batting practice Walker. Walker could take Pinto's spot and Pinto. Oh, yeah. Throw Walker in there. Pinto, take the freaking taxi back to Lehigh. Take the taxi. Take the freaking Greyhound bus. Whatever you can do. Off topic, do you plan on doing any NFL draft live streaming? What is that, Thursday? That's going to be interesting. I don't think I will be able to live stream that just because Sixers game 3 against the Knicks will be that day. One of my buddies is coming over to watch that. I'll probably flip back and forth with the NFL draft during that game, but as of now, no, I do not plan on doing any live streams. I'll definitely cover the draft and what the Eagles do on day 1 and day 2, but I probably won't be live streaming anything there, just to keep you updated on that. I appreciate you for asking that question because I just thought about it. David, how you doing? I am so pleased with how we're playing after starting so badly. Spencer Turnbull will not be taking out the fans. Would revolt, and the fans have been listened to a lot lately by management. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be taking out Turnbull. I still like the footage from the Fanatic years ago beating his mom. That's always going to be a classic memory. That's always going to be hilarious. Seeing the Fanatic just freaking throw a meatball right in front of his mom's face, just hitting her square. That's always classic. I think he teased her during that sequence today as well, where he just threw over her head. That's funny. Let's see. I haven't been on much lately because of health issues, but I'm glad to feel better today. Never got to ask opinions about the new Friday outfits. Well, I'm glad you are feeling better, David. That is always great to see. Opinion about the City Connect jerseys. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I think they look a lot better on TV and also in person. I think that's the case for me. But they're nothing spectacular. They're also nothing terrible in my honest opinion. I do like the hat though. That's the hat I'm currently wearing. I do like the hat. I like that logo. I like the logo with the Liberty Bell and the city's skyline in there. I do like that. So it's not terrible. Would I get the jersey? I wouldn't pay full price for it. I would only get it if there's like a big discount. That would be the only way I get the jersey. I do have a t-shirt of the City Connect with Brandon Marsh t-shirt just because I thought Brandon Marsh fit the City Connect style. But yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think it's an okay jersey. I think it is. It does look a lot better when you see it in person. I do attest to that. It does look a lot better in person because I was there when they first wore the jersey. JT's bright yellow. Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny seeing JT in the all yellow catching gear. That was hilarious. There were so many freaking people on Twitter showing that he looked like Wolverine from X-Men, showing that he looked like one of the minions from Despicable Me. That was funny. That was funny. Friday unis equal pure manure. I could see how you feel about them, Sean. I do think, with a lot of these City Connect jerseys, a lot of teams, they try to explain what the jersey means, which is, cool to an extent, but it's like one of my buddy, I think it was Hunter that Brodes that explained this. If you had to explain what the jersey is, does that mean the jersey's actually good? Man, still, like I said, I think the jersey's okay, but it's like a joke. When you have to explain the joke, does that mean it's funny? Probably not. You know what I mean? Back-to-back sweeps. Hopefully, this momentum is carried into the Red Series. I think Nola will give us a tough time, but I'm very optimistic. Yeah, let's see what this Phillies team can do over this road trip. I got a lot of confidence. I do. With this starting rotation, you can count them in any ball game. You just got to see if the offense can keep up what they've been doing against the Rockies and the White Sox. That's basically it there. See how, far Trey Turner can go with the way that he's been swinging the bat. See if, Rojas can keep up what he's doing. See if Bohm can continue to drive and run. So let's see. We can see. I still wish the red unis would return. Now, is that the red uniforms they wore last year, or is that the all burgundy outfit that they wore a couple of years ago, Sean? Is that the all burgundy maroon outfit that you're talking about? Because I do have one of those jerseys in my closet. That's a beauty. That is a beauty. That is definitely a beauty. But yeah. Been a very nice day, actually. Went to breakfast with the family earlier today. Stanley Cup playoffs were today. Well, they started yesterday. I wasn't able to watch it because I went to Allentown to watch the Phantoms game. So I wasn't able to watch the first night of Stanley Cup playoffs. And I also, saw on my phone with game one of the Sixers and the Knicks. So that was always interesting there. But yeah, it's been a nice first start to the Stanley Cup playoffs with some of the games yesterday and some of the games today. Florida and Tampa Bay, that was a fun game to watch. And currently it's Rangers and the Capitals. Rangers are winning 3-1 going into the third period. I believe the second period just ended. So we'll see how that continues. And I believe the games that are tonight are 2 West Coast games, actually. I believe it is... let's see. What are the games that are tonight? Avalanche and the Jets. That should be a good series. And then the Predators and the Canucks. So we'll see. We'll see. The red uniforms from last year. Sean, I thought you would be a guy that would like the all maroon look. The all red look that they wore like in 2019 or something like that. Man. Am I helping the power play next year? I don't know. It doesn't sound like Rocky Thompson's leaving. So it's most likely going to be another Rocky Thompson power play, boys. I don't see anything helping there. No. I don't think anything's helping this Flyers power play. Man. And watching these Stanley Cup playoffs, it just, the Flyers should have been there, man. This should have been the first game the Flyers played against the Rangers. It should have been. It should have been. But robbed of that. Robbed of that. But yeah. Good stuff from the Phillies. Tomorrow, I believe that'll be game 2 between Sixers and Knicks. So that'll take the priority over Phillies and Reds. Phillies and Reds to recap tomorrow might be just a either a video or we'll just mix that in with Tuesday's recap. Just depends on how the night goes. Like I said, Sixers will take the priority tomorrow, so just definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah. Heatley and Sharp supposed to be helping Rocky. Hopefully, I'm sure Danny Heatley and Patrick Sharp can draw up something better than Rocky Thompson. My personal opinion. Imagine if they jump from 32nd in the league. Imagine if they jump to freaking 15. That'll be a fucking miracle. If we see a 15th overall ranked power play in the city of Philadelphia, we'll throw a fucking parade. I'll throw a fucking parade. That's just me, at least. That is just me. Jesus. My God. My God. That's Why are we talking about the Flyers power play right now? Why we have back-to-back Phillies sweeps, and we're somehow still talking about the Flyers power play. Classic. That's how shit goes here. Missed all the guys. Thanks for everything. Go Phillies. Go Sixers. I'll see you later, Scott. And yeah, I think this is where we close it out here. Definitely over 30 minutes here. Got some good interaction with you guys here. So yeah, definitely for tomorrow, Sixers take the priority, so definitely just stay tuned for whatever happens. Whether, you'll see a recorded Phillies recap of Reds and Phillies tomorrow, or we'll just mix that in with Tuesday's recap. But like I said, Sixers take the priority, so you'll see something pop up in your subscription feature. Just stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. I appreciate one and all, every one of you guys here joining in the chat and hanging out. Hopefully the Sixers can get a win tomorrow, and hopefully the Phillies can keep this strong play going into the Reds series. So